Welcome back to the Blue Review, gang. Your boy, the Big CY, is here. Greg Bergman is still on vacation. Of course, Blue Review is presented by Los Angeles International Airport. Hire LAX creates life-changing career opportunities for Los Angeles residents. You want more information? Check out Hire LAX on Eventbrite. All right, let's get right into it. It is the trade deadline today. It ended a little while ago, so we waited around to make sure that no deals came in. Haven't seen much, but I will say this. The Dodgers needed pitching. The Dodgers quite ostensibly had the worst month in the history of the franchise since they got to Los Angeles in starting pitching this previous month of July. The Dodgers do not seem to have added any pitching as of what is checking my fake watch 45 minutes after the deadline passed for trading. You know who did get pitching? Let me just read the headlines to you from MLB.com. O's poised to gain Jack Flaherty, acquire Flaherty from the Cardinals. Phillies add right-handed pitcher Lorenzen from Tigers. Let's see. Who else? Brew Crew adds reliever Chafin. Braves get lefty reliever. And the Padres got our old friend Rich Hill and Choi in a deal with the Pirates. My point is very simple. A lot of teams have decided that because of the glut of squads at the top of each division, the pitching is going to be what gets them over the hump potentially for the postseason. I don't know what the deal is. Erod from the Tigers said that he did not actually want to come to Los Angeles as a result of the fact that he's got family on the East Coast and that effectively that's not that interested in playing for the Dodgers. Who knows why anybody else may or may not have been on this team in terms of transactions that were made or not made. But I do know this. It doesn't really matter why at a certain point. What you have to analyze is who you actually have and what you can actually do. And I don't think that from a standpoint of, well, let's just say reliability, the Dodgers are in the best position they could be. Now, if nobody wants to come to the Dodgers, you can argue amongst yourselves about why that's a factor. Or if people are of the opinion that, well, if they didn't want to come there, we didn't want them. Oh, okay, there's that too. But at the same time, this was a very real need. And unless something is going to happen where the guys that you've been trying to patch this up with are suddenly going to improve drastically, it doesn't bode well. And as a team that scores a ton of runs, the Dodgers are a squad that's probably going to be in every game. But the problem with pitching does not come in the idea of whether or not you can theoretically win in August or September. It comes down to the fact that in short series, as in a situation in which you have to have one, if you can't trust your starter, you're at a disadvantage. It's as simple as that. It doesn't mean that you can't win. It doesn't mean that you are theoretically worse. It just means that from a matchup standpoint, it's going to be more difficult to overcome because that is when, the competition gets more intense because you're only playing good teams. I'm not going to give this a letter grade because we're not yet complete. And I still think that because of the way the news cycle works, there are some things that could be landed in the next couple minutes or whatever it may be for the Dodgers, but this is a massively deflating trade deadline right now, especially considering teams like Houston are getting their old guys back with seemingly no problem, and other teams are adding players that were once mentioned for the Dodgers to try to acquire. Not great, Bob, but hopefully the Blue can see it through, and hopefully the run scoring can overcome the problems that they've had on the mound. But on this Tuesday, didn't look good. I'm Clinton Yates. Remember, Blue Review is brought to you by LAX, and we'll see you tomorrow.